books are sold.
Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for joining me on TCM. Ahead tonight, a slate of films presenting movies with a shared theme, a shared longing, really. In all 5 films, characters will covet something valuable, even mythical, and they'll do just about anything to possess this object of desire. We begin with one of classic Hollywood's most recognizable props, a pair of magical ruby slippers worn by a young girl from Kansas named Dorothy Gale. From MGM in 1939, Judy Garland leads the cast of The Wizard of Oz. According to the Library of Congress, The Wizard of Oz is the most watched movie of all time, so chances are you already know the story. Young girl on a farm in Kansas dreams of visiting faraway lands, and during a tornado she's transported, and her little dog too, to a wondrous and dangerous world called Oz. Upon her arrival, she unexpectedly inherits these ruby red shoes. Dorothy doesn't much care for them, but another character covets them with a memorable degree of intensity. The Wizard of Oz is based on a classic novel by L. Frank Baum, the first of 14 full-length books he wrote and published about life in Oz. In Baum's original story, Dorothy's magic slippers are silver, but since MGM chose to make the film an early Technicolor extravaganza, the silver slippers became ruby red. They needed to pop, and they do, against the yellow brick road that leads Dorothy to Emerald City. MGM artists made between 7 and 10 pairs of slippers for the movie, although only 4 of the pairs that Judy Garland wore on screen are known to have survived the production. One of them has achieved a degree of notoriety in recent years. In 2005, someone stole an original pair from the Judy Garland Museum in her hometown of Grand Rapids, Minnesota. The FBI finally tracked them down, returned them to their owner in 2018. Then, just last year in December, they were put up at auction, where they sold for a record-breaking $28 million. Largest sum ever spent at an auction for a piece of entertainment memorabilia. $28 million. That's insane. And if they don't fit, you can't even return them. That's why it's important to save your receipts. Obviously, Dorothy's slippers are not just any piece of entertainment memorabilia. As the FBI put in their report, the ruby slippers are an enduring symbol of American film history. That's some nice writing for an FBI report. From MGM in 1939, also with Frank Morgan, Ray Bolger, Jack Haley, Burt Lahr, Billy Burke, and Margaret Hamilton. The Wizard of Oz. Here's something you may not know about The Wizard of Oz. When it premiered in 1939, it was a financial failure. Not until the mid-1950s did the film's reputation begin to change, thanks to regular screenings on television, which introduced the film to new generations. Despite its lackluster performance at the box office, The Wizard of Oz received 5 Oscar nominations, which was no small feat in the highly competitive year of 1939. It was up for Best Picture, although it lost to Gone with the Wind, which dominated the Academy Awards that year with 14 nominations and 9 wins. In the end, The Wizard of Oz won 2 Oscars for Best Original Score and Best Original Song, Over the Rainbow. And a special Juvenile Academy Award went to Judy Garland for 2 of her outstanding performances in 1939, The Wizard of Oz and Babes in Arms with Mickey Rooney. Coming up, this is exciting. We have a TCM premiere of, I think, the best action-adventure movie ever made. Harrison Ford is on a quest for the Ark of the Covenant in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Raiders of the Lost Ark, then Romancing the Stone, and later, Jason and the Argonauts. TCM gets fleeced tonight. Who's ready?